In this video, we are going to discuss about how to create a normalized ER diagram for a given problem and how to graphically design the ER diagram. Already I have designed the ER diagram, and how to forward engineer the relevant ER diagram to a database where we can enter the values, and how to insert data into the tables. So basically in this video we are going to discuss about creating ER diagrams, which I already uh, completed in the task 16, and we will forward engineer that ER diagram into a database and insert the relevant data into the relevant table. So first of all, I will open the workbench and forward engineer this exam DB, I think so, exam marks DB database. I will forward engineer it. Just click next and forward engineer finished successfully. Now we will open our SQL and see whether the forward engineer is successfully completed. Yes, the forward engineer is successfully completed. Here in the exam mark record table, here we have the student index, no subject ID, exam term ID and mark. Whereas here in the student table we have index number, first name, last name, gender, contact no, and the class ID. Here the class table has the class ID, class name, and the subject table, subject ID and subject name. Now we will enter the relevant data into the relevant table. First I will start from the class table. The class table is 11A, 11B. We will enter it. 11A, 11B. So to the class table I have successfully entered the data 11A and 11B. This database is specifically for the grade 11 students, so there are only two class named, class 11A and 11B. We will move on to the student table now. Here the index no, here is the student information. Here the index no STU1, and we will paste the index no. What is the first name? First name Sandun, last name Vijayaratna, gender male, contact no, the relevant content no of the student, and the class ID 11A, that means class ID 1. Now I have entered the first student's data into our exam marks DB databases student table. So we will likewise add the other data also into the student table. I have successfully entered all the data to the student table as required. Now we will enter the data into subject table, mathematics, science and Sinhala and literature table. Here where is the subject table? Subject ID 1 is mathematics. Here mathematics, next subject is science, the last subject is Sinhala language and literature. Here I have successfully entered the data to the subject table as well. Now we will move on to the next requirement, and we will enter the data to the exam term table as below. Like this we will enter first term name, first term. Here we select the exam term table. Here term name, first term, and the date 2020 March 15. Here date is here I have to mention as what's the okay. I wrote the date in the date format, correct format, because I copy because of the control V copy and paste there occurred an error. We will write the next term name, second term, and the date. Take what is the date? 17. No. Okay, the second term's exam date also have been entered correctly. Now we'll move on to the next requirement. The next requirement is enter the data in the table below into the table name exam student exam mark record. Now we'll enter this data as required. Now the student here in the exam mark record, first student Sadun's mathematics first term 50 marks. Here mathematics first term 50 marks. Now we have entered the first student data record in the student exam mark record. Likewise, we will enter the other student data also. In this video, I forgot to change in the last video. Here the student index no and subject ID must be foreign keys, not the primary keys, because data can be repeat when we are entering IDs. Now one student can have the subject max science Sinhala, then the student ID can repeat. So I am removing the primary key field, and I need to synchronize. That means update my database. I will synchronize the model. Next. Okay, synchronized. Okay. Okay, synchronized completed. Now we'll move and see whether now okay. Now we will enter the data and see. Now the data has been added. I will reset from sorting now. Okay. Here the students subject ID max term 1. Here the subject ID max term 2 and the marks is this, like that the following marks for the student ID 1 and 2 has been added. We will add the rest of the students information also. Here I have entered all the students exam mark in this exam mark record with the relevant student index number, relevant subject ID, relevant exam term, that means term, first term or second term, and the marks of the students. I have entered all the data, and that's all for this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.